The long-awaited moment has arrived. A Gaza ceasefire is officially in place, but the path forward is far from simple. Just 1 minute ago, Israel confirmed that a long-sought ceasefire in Gaza is now in effect, marking the beginning of a tense countdown for the release of hostages. But here's where it gets controversial. The deal hinges on a delicate balance of trust and timing, with both sides making bold promises that could either pave the way to peace or ignite fresh conflict. 1 minute ago, Israel unveils list of 250 prisoners set for release under historic peace accord. The Israeli Ministry of Justice took a significant step forward on Friday by publicly sharing the names of 250 Palestinian prisoners who are slated to be freed as part of the initial phase of a groundbreaking U.S. brokered ceasefire and hostage exchange agreement. This isn't just a list. It's a symbol of hope for families torn apart by violence, and it comes with a crucial condition. These prisoners won't walk free until a full 72 hours have passed, a time frame designed to ensure that every last Israeli hostage, both living and deceased, is returned home. That critical 72-hour window concludes on Monday afternoon in Israel. An Israeli official provided CBS News with a timeline that could see Hamas hand over all remaining hostages by noon local time on Monday, which translates to 5 a.m. Eastern. This timeline is more than just a schedule. It's a test of Hamas's commitment to the fragile truce. 33 minutes ago, Rafah crossing set to reopen in rare show of international cooperation. In a move that underscores the global effort to stabilize the region, Italy announced that the Rafah crossing, a vital gateway between southern Gaza and Egypt, will swing open again on Tuesday. This reopening is no mere formality. It's a coordinated effort involving the White House, the European Union, and local authorities, all working in harmony to facilitate the flow of aid and people. Italian Defense Minister Guido Crosetto emphasized the importance of this move, stating that the crossing will operate on an alternating basis, first allowing exits to Egypt, then entries into Gaza, completely in line with the terms of the Trump agreement. Crosetto also dropped a bombshell. The operations to release Israeli hostages and Palestinian prisoners are scheduled to kick off as early as Sunday. To ensure transparency and fairness, the EU Border Assistance Mission at Rafah, a civilian oversight team, will be on site to monitor the reopening process. 54 minutes ago, Gazans began journey home as Israeli forces pull back under ceasefire terms. CBS News reporters on the ground in Gaza have captured a heartening sight. Displaced residents are starting to make their way back to the northern parts of the war-ravaged territory. This movement is a direct result of the Israeli military's partial withdrawal, a key component of the ceasefire agreement. Imagine the relief on the faces of those traveling along Al-Rashid Road, the main coastal artery of Gaza, as they head back to areas that were once their homes. But the journey home is far from easy. Eyewitness accounts paint a grim picture of Gaza City, where the scars of conflict are deep and visible. Even as recently as Friday morning, before the ceasefire took hold, Israeli forces were engaged in intense ground operations. The aftermath is devastating. Entire neighborhoods in Gaza City and the nearby Al-Shati refugee camp lie in ruins, a painful reminder of the toll this conflict has taken. 8:11 a.m. Red Cross insists on dignified return of hostages and prisoners. International Red Cross President Mirjana Spoljaric delivered a powerful message on Friday, stressing that the return of hostages and prisoners must be handled with the utmost care and respect. Safely and with dignity is the mantra guiding ICRC teams in Israel, Gaza, and the West Bank as they prepare to assist in this emotional process. Their mission goes beyond just reuniting families. They're also ready to help return the remains of those who didn't make it, ensuring that loved ones can mourn with the respect they deserve. Spoljaric's final words were a stark reminder. The ceasefire must hold. Lives depend on it. Adding another layer to this complex situation, Sources close to the negotiations revealed that Hamas has agreed to forego public ceremonies during the handover of hostages to Israel. This is a significant departure from past practices and could signal a more subdued approach to this sensitive process. 7:39 a.m. Global effort aims to locate missing hostages. Gal Hirsch, the Israeli Prime Minister's hostage and missing persons coordinator, announced the bold plan on Thursday. An international team will be assembled in the coming days to locate any missing hostages. This collaborative effort is a testament to the global community's commitment to resolving this crisis. Hamas, for its part, has stated that it's willing to release all Israeli hostages, living and dead, as long as appropriate field conditions are in place for the exchange. Israeli officials, however, have a grim estimate. They believe only 20 out of the 48 remaining hostages in Gaza are still alive. 7:28 a.m. U.S. Envoy confirms completion of Israeli military withdrawal. President Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, took to social media on Friday to announce a major milestone. The Israeli Defense Forces have completed the first phase of their withdrawal to a designated line, as confirmed by the U.S. military's Central Command. Witkoff also pointed out that the 72-hour period for Hamas to release all remaining Israeli hostages has officially begun. This timeline is more than just a countdown. It's a critical test of the ceasefire's viability. 7:08 a.m., Netanyahu vows to demilitarize Gaza as aid convoy readiness announced. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu delivered a strong message on Friday, asserting that Israel is tightening its grip on Hamas and insisting that Gaza will be demilitarized. His words were unambiguous. Hamas will disarm and Gaza will be demilitarized. If this can be achieved the easy way, all the better. If not, it will be achieved the hard way. Netanyahu also defended the heavy toll the war has taken, with over 67,000 Palestinians killed, according to Gaza health authorities. He challenged claims that a hostage deal was always on the table, insisting that Hamas only agreed when the sword was on its neck. 6:51 a.m. Humanitarian aid on the horizon as ceasefire takes hold. An Israeli security source shared encouraging news on Friday. A massive convoy of 600 trucks carrying essential humanitarian aid is poised to enter Gaza in the coming days. These vehicles, representing a diverse range of organizations, from UN agencies to private donors, will bring much-needed food, medical supplies, shelter materials, and fuel. The source also revealed that residents will have the opportunity to leave through the Rafah crossing, with coordination between Israel, Egypt, and EU monitors, ensuring a smooth process. However, it's important to note that UN officials have not yet confirmed an increase in aid deliveries, highlighting the cautious optimism surrounding this development. 6:41 a.m. Smoke and explosions cast shadow over ceasefire. Despite the official start of the ceasefire, the skies over Gaza on Friday morning were thick with smoke, and reports that explosions continued right up until the last moments before the military declared the truce in effect. This disheartening scene raises serious questions about the true start of the ceasefire and the challenges of enforcing it on the ground. An Israeli military spokesperson attempted to clarify the situation, assuring Gaza residents that troops would remain in designated areas and warning them to stay away for their own safety. 6:40 a.m. Hamas deadline looms as ceasefire officially begins. Just as the clock struck noon local time, 5 a.m. Eastern on Friday, the Israeli military officially announced the start of the Gaza ceasefire. This momentous occasion marks the beginning of the first phase of President Trump's comprehensive 20-point peace plan, aimed at ending the two-year war and bringing all remaining Israeli hostages home. The IDF confirmed that troops had begun moving to their designated positions along updated deployment lines, a crucial step in the complex dance of de-escalation. A spokesperson for Prime Minister Netanyahu's office added that this initial phase would leave Israeli forces in control of 53% of Gaza, setting the stage for future negotiations. But here's the million-dollar question. Will this ceasefire hold? And if it does, What does the future hold for Gaza and its people? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let's engage in a meaningful discussion about the path forward.